IGT, baby.
What's cracking, y'all? It's your boy Junior Mafia coming back to you with another video. So we got to talk about what happened on SummerSlam Night 1. And I'm going to be honest, this was a very, very solid show. You know, my concerns was because of the bad booking and the promotion leading up to SummerSlam has not been the best. And all that I was able to hope for is that these matches, delivered, to make up for that. And they damn sure did, with the exception of one, which we'll get into later on. Everything else, it did lead up to its expectations. So let's not waste no time and let's get right into it. So we had the first match to kick off SummerSlam, and that's the Women's World Championship with Io taking on Liv Morgan. And in this match, you got both offense from both Liv and Io as well. You knew that Judgment Day was going to get involved. Raquel and Roxanne, which they end up doing when the ref back was turned, where you had Roxanne distracting, I think, Jessica Carr that was refereeing the match. And you see Raquel throwing Io off of the top rope. So as that's happening, and you're thinking, okay, it's about to be pretty much a numbers game, so to speak, in this match. You see Io go on the top rope and hits a moonsault on both Roxanne and on Raquel, and took them out the equation. So it actually was good that they were out of the picture, so early in the matchup. So it literally was a one-on-one thing with both Liv and Io. So of course you saw Liv try to take advantage of it, hitting an oblivion onto Io, and she ended up kicking out. So to the duration of the match, you see Io, she been hitting the multiple bullet trains onto Liv. Even hit one on the side of the hard part of the ring, and even hit a German suplex on Liv Morgan as well. So Io was definitely putting on a lot of stops, and you would thought that one, hey, all right, there's a chance that she can actually come away with the win, even going up, trying to hit the moonsault and all that too. But you see Liv get the leg up, and towards the climax of the match, Liv Morgan, I thought, was a very good spot. She was on the top rope and hit a code breaker onto Io, and just when she's about to go for the oblivion, Io able to come out of there. She reversed it, and when she had her back turn, being hyped up because she got out of it, that's when you saw Liv hit the code breaker onto her again when she leaned on the ropes. And of course Liv went and hit the oblivion and covered her for the 1, for the 2, for the 3, and end up retaining her Women's World Championship. Now, in my opinion, I had Io coming away as the new Women's World Champion, and that was because I feel like once Roxanne and Raquel, insert themselves in a match, to cause distractions and stuff like that, I feel like that was going to be Liv's downfall, to where Io takes advantage of it, and then she walks away as a new champion. But that haven't been the case. They was out the equation once Io hit the moonsault on them and pretty much took them out the picture for the match, and it became a one-on-one situation. But Liv was able to deliver, and she came away with the win. Now, I feel like this is going to potentially lead up to when Stephanie and Vaquer do return, and I feel like they're all going to run it back again, because they never had their rematch at the WrestleMania because Stephanie was hurt. So I feel like she is clear to go. So I will not be surprised if she makes an appearance, and of course challenges Liv, and then we'll get that match. So we'll see what happens, but that was a good way to kick off the show. I think I'm so glad they actually went with that match to really kickstart it. So that was dope. Next, we got to talk about the 6-man tag team match. The Usos and Jacob Fatu taking on Royce Keys, LA Knight, and Solo Sikoa. So this match was fun as well. I wasn't expecting it to be on a 5-star level performance there too, not at all. But I feel like the MVP of this match was Solo. He's getting that baby face type of energy from the crowd and stuff. And I thought it was funny where both him and Jay was trading blows and stuff like that. So, as they doing, like, Jay, he does his thing like The Rock does when he lays his palm and hit him, but they had their little versions of it too. So Solo did his version of it, did the suck it, hits Jay with it, and then proceeds to say, all right, run it back, and playing Jay music, getting and shit. So I thought that was hilarious. Like, Solo, this man is single-handedly made that match so fucking funny. Even when it came down to Jacob 5-2, where he didn't imitating him, when he started doing the shaking and shit like that, like, it was hilarious. But I feel like every superstar had got some very good moments into it too, especially Royce Keys. When it came down to the Usos, when it came down to Jacob 5-2, I think he did a hell of a good job. Man, he hit Solo. He hit Jacob with a power slam over the apron. Over the barricade, which I thought was a very good spot. And even LA Knight had gotten some momentum too and started dominating in the match. So that was dope to see. And when we get to the climax of it, you see Jay hits a spear onto to LA Knight. I forgot to mention, through the duration of the match too, Jimmy got hurt, and you could see he was kind of like hitting at his groin area every time he tried to make a move or something like that. He kept favoring in that spot. So we knew something was up, and I thought, all right, once he got put out the equation, I think he made the tag to Jay. It was gonna be a scenario where we don't see him towards the end of it, but he ended up going on hitting the Uso splash and onto LA Knight. So we knew, okay, he's gonna finish it off. So just when they thought they about to get some momentum, once LA Knight kicked out of the spear and they about to line up for the 1D, you see Solo hits a Samoan spike on a Jimmy and gets him out the equation, and Jay, taking it off the ball, gave LA Knight an advantage to where he turned around, hit Jay with a crazy BFT. Like, that landing spot was wild. And covers him for the 1, the 2, and the 3. And Solo, Royce Keys, Solo, Royce Keys, and LA Knight come away with the win. Now, here's where things get a lot crazy. Because I chose Solo and them to win because I feel like the friction between Jacob and Jay was going to play a focal point on why they lose, which wasn't the case. And Jay eating that pin, for sure, Jacob's going to be real pissed off and going to crash the fuck out because of that. So I already know come Monday Night Raw, when they do have interaction, probably with Roman or probably just when it's just the three of them, Jacob gonna be fed up, like, yo, you was the reason why we lost this match and all that stuff. Like, it's bound to happen there too. So we'll see how things turns out. But it was good to see them actually pick up the win, and albeit Solo actually won over LA Knight and Royce Keys because he became trustworthy. Because we thought it was gonna be a scenario where he would turn on them, and then the bloodline comes away with the win. He'll align himself with them. That haven't been the case. So salute to Solo. So, yeah, we'll see how things happen, but that was a very good match and all. So I enjoyed that one. Next, Gunther taking on Nick Aldis, and I enjoyed the match for what it was, especially for Nick Aldis, who haven't wrestled in over 3 years, to go in there and go toe to toe with Gunther was fantastic. Gunther was going to do his little slow, methodical beatdowns as usual, with multiple chops to the chest and Nick Aldis and all that too. And just doing a lot. He been taunting him most of the match. And Nick Aldis, when he had his momentum, his offense and all that too, he definitely delivered with a power slam. Even when he gained momentum, just throwing rights to Gunther and shit like that, going like back and forth with him. You could tell he still got it. And as we get towards the end of the match and all, what made it so good and that you really had thoughts that Ken Nick actually pulled it off when he locked in the cloverleaf submission on the Gunther in the middle of the ring, and it had you really thinking, is Gunther really going to tap? So, and it was multiple times he had the hold locked in, and it took a lot for Gunther to get to the ropes to break the hold up. So I actually did get an enjoyment out of that. because it made things a whole lot interesting. In this case for Nick Aldis. And of course, I forgot to mention this too. Gunther was also taunting both Nick Aldis' son and Mickey James, who was in front row seat watching the match. So of course that was gonna give Nick Aldis an advantage to go at the Gunther and shit. But as he, Gunther locks in the as he hit Nick Aldis with a power bomb, and Nick Aldis kicks out, and he locks a sleeper hold on him. Nick Aldis trying to fight it off and stuff like that, which he ended up doing, and even reversed it, hitting his version of a sleeper hold, until Gunther was able to get out of it. So that was when Gunther hit the power bomb on him and pinned him, but Gunther kicks out, and quickly he switched into the sleeper hold. So as we thought Nick Aldis was about to fight, and there's a chance he better get out the hole, that's when he started to lose all energy. Gunther takes advantage of it, locked the legs on him with the sleeper hold cinched in, and he had no choice but to tap out. And that's how he won the match. And I feel like the right person did win, because I wanted Gunther to win. But you cannot deny the effort that Nick Aldis put in his first match at WWE. So I gotta give him so much love and respect for that, man. Gotta give him love and respect for that, man. That was definitely interesting on his part right there, and he can still go. I can't prove me otherwise that he don't got it no more. It shows you right there. So that was very, very entertaining, and those are like the highs of the show. And then of course we get to the lowest of the low, and now it's Fatal Influence taking on the Bellas and Paige. So without a shadow of a doubt, I had Fatal Influence winning. And to be honest with you, I hadn't really cared about this match. If you was in my stream, shout out to everybody who was there. I didn't take no notes. I didn't do much anything because it wasn't entertaining for me. And I was like, you know what, just get the match out the way. They gave some moments in it too from JC Jane. I forgot the other two ladies' name too. Like I gotta pay more close attention to them. So when it was all said and done, Paige being the active one for her team, she ended up getting a shot to the face from JC Jane. I forgot her finisher, but she got covered for the 1, the 2, and the 3 in Fatal Influence and the winning. So when it was all said and done, you see the Bellas on the ring, and embracing Paige. Like I know she tried her best and all that stuff. So you already knew what was about to happen. And of course, they end up turning on her. And in this case for Nikki, it was a sheer fact of her taking her spot at WrestleMania when she was injured, and she's saying you try to replace me and all that, but I'm here to tell you right now that ain't gonna happen. Yada yada yada. So we know that it's gonna turn into a feud now where Paige is gonna be feuding with the Bellas, both Nikki and Brie. Do I care? No, I really don't. And at this point right now, they just need to do something with Paige and not have her so busy with the Bellas and all that too when she just go for the mid-card title. So we'll see what happens, but I didn't care about the match. I was glad it was done and over with, and we can move the fuck on to the last 2 matches that was very entertaining. So next we end up having CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship, and I did like the presentation for Cody's entrance, knowing that Street Fighter was heavily promoted through SummerSlam, and they had the character select stream, so I thought that was dope to see, and it tied in with the Guile theme as well for his entrance, so that was fantastic. When he had the skull helmet there too, it had Guile hairstyle to it, so I definitely love the creativity and thoughts that came into his ring gear shit. So I thought that was dope. So he come out there, CM Punk make his way out there too. No music up until where he did his carburetor time, and that's when it kicked off. So when the match started, it was very slow pacing, and it was like, okay, you're gonna have some spots here too where they just gonna be locking in, throwing each other around, like basic shit. So I'll say it really started picking up towards the middle of the match. So at that moment there too, you kept seeing Punk trying to hit multiple GTSs onto to Cody Rhodes, but kept failing every single time. Even there was a point where he ended up injuring his knee, and once Cody saw that, of course he was going to take advantage of it too, and that was very rare to see from Cody, because the last time he ever did something like that was him and Kevin Owens, and when Kevin Owens was hurt, he kept telling him like, yo, you stop going easy on me, like this is a match, like you need to find some way to beat me, and all that shit, like I don't give a fuck, like you better find some way. And that's when he started doing that. And this part right here, you see Cody had no hesitation targeting CM Punk's knee right there, and continued to lay out the damage, even kept hitting him with multiple dragon screws and all that too. So he's inflicting a lot of damage to Punk's knee. And of course he was hitting multiple Cody cutters and all that stuff. So he tried to gain momentum, and every time he tried to do so, Punk was able to take advantage of it. Even to the point where when Punk did get some momentum, and I gotta call the spot out because this was very crazy, Punk proceeded to go up to the top rope and hit one of the most horrendous moonsaults I ever seen, and actually did more damage to his knee. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is wrong with him? Like, that was so brutal. He didn't connect with Cody at all. So, and he's laughing off like, damn, like I shouldn't have did that shit. Or like, it was like a YOLO moment. Something like, yeah, I don't know what he was thinking it too, but of course that did more damage to him than it did to Cody. So they took the action outside the ring, and this is when things get interesting. So they started clearing out the Spanish announce table and stuff like that, so you knew who was going to play a role into the matchup. So as I think Punk was up there celebrating, Cody sweeped them and got him off the announce desk and shit like that. That's pretty much what happened. And they tried to stop the count much they could, from Charles Robinson. And once they cleared it up, you see CM Punk take advantage of Cody, and I believe he hit a GTS on him outside the ring, and then proceeded to put him on to the announce table, the announce desk. So now I was thinking, all right, what he got in store. So he kept looking at the ring post, and I'm like, ain't no way this man is about to go up yet again, because the last time he got up there, hitting that horrible moonsault, what he got in store. So he like, all right, F it. Proceeds to go up on the top rope and tries to hit Cody with an elbow drop, but the way how he landed, and of course Cody moving out the way, his knee connected with the announce desk, and he just crashed and burned. So now at this point right now, he's completely done. Man stretched out, by the chairs and stuff like that, and he's completely done. So at this point right now, I'm like, yeah, it looks like it's about to be over for Punk. Your knee is damn near finished at this point, and you add more to it just by crashing and burning with that announce desk. So when it was done, Cody, of course, rolled him back into the ring, and with him doing so, he like, I'm gonna take advantage of this right here. Rolls up, try to hit a Cody cutter onto Punk, but instead Punk moved Charles Robinson in his direction, and Cody hit the Cody cutter on the Charles Robinson. So now that he's done, this is where Punk tries to take advantage of it and hit Cody with a GTS. And when doing so, it's like, all right, he's leaning on the ropes, and then lands on the shoulder of Punk again. So Punk tries to connect this time around, but Cody ends up getting out of it and hits Punk with a crossroads. So now it's like, all right, Punk rolls out the ring, Cody just standing there. So he has he gassed out at this point. So out of nowhere, you just see somebody running from the crowd past the barricade area into the ring, and this has been a returning Randy Orton, who proceeded to hit Cody with an RKO and was just getting multiple chairs from that too, and proceeded to leave out. And of course that left the advantage for CM Punk to where he was able to get into the ring, Charles Robinson get into the ring, and he hits a GTS on a Cody and covers him for the 1, for the 2, for the 3, and retain his undisputed WWE Championship. And I chose Punk to win this match because I said Cody had no business winning that title. Not at all. I said you got to put him in something else, another feud that doesn't revolve around a championship. It's fine. And it looks like things is going to heat up between him and Randy Orton again. So I definitely want to see how things turns out. And we haven't saw Randy Orton since WrestleMania at that, when he cunt kicks Cody. So I can't wait to see what turns out there too, and what is in store for CM Punk now. So definitely looking forward to that. Definitely enjoyed the match as well. And yeah, it was a good way to set everything up for the main event that we've all been waiting for. And that was Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar inside Hell in a Cell. So, definitely looking forward to it. Oba comes out, you hear the Oba chants and stuff. So, they definitely been chanting loud. Now, I will say this. When it came out of commercial break, they was having some technical difficulties with their audios and stuff, and it looked like the cell kind of malfunctioned a bit, so they had to take some time to fix it. So once it was done, then they went on and start over the entrance and stuff, and then Brock Lesnar ends up coming out as well. So crowd was hyped because again they're in Minnesota, and this is his hometown, so you knew definitely they was going to give him some cheers. So it gets into the ring. And, of course, Paul Heyman announcing Brock Lesnar and stuff. And when they started lowering the cell, and you see the flame coming up, I thought that was a good visual, you know, as they circle around the ring. So, match starts. And out the gate, Oba goes on attack mode to Brock Lesnar, you know, in the corner, hitting him with multiple shots, even a running uppercut as well. So, he's gaining momentum. And just when you thought, all right, things are about to change for the better, that's when Brock Lesnar took advantage of it, hitting multiple German suplexes onto Oba. The third time he connected it, Oba managed to still get up. So he no-sold the shit out of that shit. And, you know, started going on absolute domination. So everything get taken outside the ring, and Brock Lesnar hits a suplex onto him on the mat. Even see him do the steel steps. Of course, Oba did the same thing as well. Then you know weapons gonna get involved too. So Oba proceeds to get a table underneath the ring, plops it onto the cell itself in the corner. Sent Brock through it, was a crazy visual to see. Then after that, he started throwing in chairs and stuff as well. So now you start to see like how things is really about to ramp up. So as he's doing that, and Brock getting in the ring, as he's doing that stuff, of course, Lesnar takes advantage of it, hits Obafemi with the steel steps multiple times and all that. Then proceeded to hit him with German suplexes and an F5. So when he connected the F5, of course, Oba man still stay up in the match. Like he's fighting it off. And Brock goes up, hits him with another F5, and Oba continues to get up again. Even though he's dazed, he's still getting up. So Brock lets I bump that. I'm gonna hit him with a third F5. Here's a third F5 coming for the 1, the 2, and Oba kicks out. So Oba kicks out, and now Brock's like, what the hell I have to do at this point right now to put this man, you know, out of his misery. So he proceeded to tear the mat up of the tear like the pad of the ring, exposing the wood and everything, like that side of the wood of the ring. And we're thinking like, okay, something about to pop off right here. So as that's happening, you see Oba getting up, and Brock Lesnar proceeds to get him. And it looked like he was about to hit him with an F5, but Oba, but he ended up putting Oba with like him in a tombstone power job, paying homage to the Undertaker, and hits him on the exposed wood of the ring. And at that point, I thought it was over right then and there. He does the Undertaker the pose for the pin. When one, the two, and he kicks out. Oba kicks out. And now he is literally like bulking up now. Like he just hyped up. So now you just see Brock Lesnar just stunned as fuck. Like he saw a ghost. Like he like, yo, you gotta be kidding me right now. Like I literally just tombstone this man on the wood of the ring, and he still managed to get up. So at this point, it's like he looked at it in the sense like it's pretty much over. So he proceeded to grab the chair, try to hit Oba with it. Well, Oba punched him with the chair in his hand, and once it was done, picks him up for the fall from grace and covers him for the 1, for the 2, for the 3, and he comes away as the winner of the match as he's supposed to. Now, I know I had brushed over a couple of things that happened in the match where Oba did gain momentum there too, and when he thought he had full control, that's when Brock took advantage of it, but it kind of led into it too. I'm just paraphrasing from what I was experiencing, like experiencing with the match and stuff. But the right guy won, and it did pain me a little bit that we didn't get any color because I was expecting that. But how everything transpired, I'm cool with it. And it was definitely a good moment from Oba, very hyped up and stuff. So when it was all said and done, Oba just the only one in the ring. The stell's already lifted up. So they showing the credits there too. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, if this is the end of the trilogy right here, you would think, okay, Brock will show some respect to him and all that. And, shake his hand or anything like that and just move on. But it got to be over there until they turn the camera on to Brock. And he's standing there and he's walking back to the ring. So he's looking at Oba. He gets up, gets into the ring, and extended his hand out. So when it Oba was about to do the same, he like, nah, screw it. I'm going to give you a hug. And they hugged it out and stuff like that. So it was definitely dope to see. He raised his arm up into, embracing the crowd like, this is your new guy. But as we thought we was over from there and he was just doing that and we didn't go walk off, man said, let me get a mic. Gets the mic and pretty much was saying that, you pretty much defeated me fair and square, and you that guy now. Like, it was like a passing the torch moment, so to speak. And he told Oba, he said, come back here, Oba. Like, if I'm going to do this right, like, I'm going to speak this shit, like, in public here too. And that's something Brock never do at all. So to see that happen full display and letting me know that, I'm the past, you're the future of WWE, and everything revolves around you, you can clearly see that was a passing the torch moment there. And he was just giving him nothing but respect and a job well done for being a winner now. So very rare to see from Brock Lesnar, but a class act nonetheless. So you got to give him love and respect for that, man. As much as my man to be a fan of him that much, he did show some class act there. Now, does this mean that he retired? It's multiple question marks behind it because he haven't gave no long speech. He haven't did the shit that he did in WrestleMania when he took the pass off and shit outside of taking his elbow pass. That was pretty much it. But he didn't do all that and leave his gear in the ring like he did in Mania. So we don't know what is next for Brock. Truth be told, there's nothing else for him to do because I felt like he already was a success, everything that revolves around WWE. And I feel like the closing chapter in his book had to be with Oba Femi, in my opinion. So I feel like this is the way for him to ride the sunset, like, officially. Let this be one of them. But only time we're going to see right there. But it was definitely a class act for him after when it was all said and done with the match with Oba Femi. So at this point with Oba, his main attraction should be championships now and targeting Roman Reigns. You know, now that he can close the chapter on Brock Lesnar, his main focus needs to be on Roman. So we'll see what happens after, you know, Roman and Seth Rollins, that match did too. So nevertheless, this is a very, very interesting night one for WrestleMania. I mean, not WrestleMania, stupid. SummerSlam and all that stuff. I enjoyed it outside of one match. So if I had to give it a rating, I would give it 8.5 out of 10, close to a 9. But of course, the women's 6-man tag team match was the low point of the show, in my opinion. So there's that. But comment down below. Let me know, what was your favorite part of the show? What matches do you enjoy and all that stuff? And leave your opinions down there. So I definitely want to know how y'all feel about SummerSlam overall. But I appreciate y'all love and support. Road to 300 subscribers. Continue to keep God first. As the process of anything that you do at life, your time will come. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Peace.